Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite deals coming in under $10 or your local currency, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. It's a decent little week this one, a lot of new low prices, so hit subscribe, join us here on SwitchCorner for reviews and deals near daily, and let's get started. This one is late for those that didn't see the Saturday video. I got married last week. I had family over from the UK, so I did take a bit of time off. From this week though, we'll be back to our usual Thursday slot for this video. If you are grabbing anything from the eShop, then head to cornershop.gg for your eShop gift cards and use code CORNER at checkout for 10% off. Valfaris then to kick us off, and it's got a new low price here, 70% off, and this one best described as an ultra challenging run and gun platformer with a metal spin, whether that's the soundtrack itself or the headbanging contained. A follow-up of sorts to a game called Slain. Here we return to our home planet to tackle the evil that has destroyed it. Stunning pixel work though, a great selection of weapons, exploration and enemies, and yeah, well worth the time if you are into it. It packs a new game plus mode then as well for replayability that is called Full Metal Mode, and you carry over your armory, but of course expect to meet dialed up enemies. Xeno Crisis then, while I'm on the aliens theme, and this one it's the only title matching the low price, but 50% off for this one. That is going to be more than fair. It's old school by design, and in fact they even released this physically on the Mega Drive or the Genesis, dependent on your region. Think here though, a Smash TV style experience, top down, that throws you from room to room, clearing out all sorts of enemy aliens and of course some epic boss encounters. It's going to be another one that's not particularly easy, but it's the era I grew up on myself, and I'm a big fan of what it delivered. I'm actually hoping in fact for some sort of follow-up in the near future. Ultracore then to get the hat trick of retro. If the last two we will call inspired by retro, this one it truly is retro. It's a retro entry that was actually never finished by DICE or Digital Illusions as they were known back then. Here though, they dug up the source code and wrapped it up, and what we got here was a 16-bit run and gun experience. It was even called hardcore back in the day as well. It has been somewhat modernized though, twin-stick controls, a new optional synthwave soundtrack, and then weapons upgrades and boss encounters. I really enjoyed it. Definitely shows its age, at times perhaps a little less, let's say, responsive than some out there, but it's a great little time capsule. A new low price then, 80% off. The complex then is for sure a little different, but it's for the FMV fans out there, a genre I personally love. I'm one of the few channels that typically covers them, so find the review for this one in the pinned comment down below. The idea of this one though, a bio attack occurs in London, you are locked in a lab, try to basically survive. It's the usual occasional dialogue selection, kind of gave me though personally Doctor Who vibes. 40% off then, a new low price. Superepic then is another one I reviewed on the channel, find that in the pinned comment below, but it's a satirical look at the video game industry. The idea, a single developer exists and they also control society. You are now out to stop them as a raccoon and a llama team. It's got a few moments where it slows the pace just a little bit too much, but the exploration is entertaining, as is the cast of enemies. Then it definitely lands as well with a fair few of its jokes. That's what kept me going, and it's got a new low price then, 89% off, meaning it's officially hit the maximum discount a title can receive in the US, where that cap is in place. Spelunker HD Deluxe then is another incredibly challenging game, and one I picked up in a sale myself. Now it's breaking into the sub $10 range for the first time ever with a new low price, 60% off. Maybe a bit slower paced at points than many may be looking for, but you're on the hunt for treasure, and let's say there's more than a few traps and obstacles in your way. Packing multiple modes, so an online and offline play. It's not short on content, this one. I do prefer, however, the old school look over the 3D they did implement. Fortunately though, it's packing an 8-bit classic mode as well. Just expect here, I'd say, a dash of strategy as well. You won't be just running all over the shop if you do want to survive. Heaven Dust 2 then is my pickup of the week. It's rocking a new low price, 33% off, and it's broken the $10 mark for the first time. Now, I reviewed the first entry and I thought it was, quite frankly, terrible, even if the idea was good. From the reviews I've seen for this follow-up though, this is going to be fixing many of the issues, and a lot of people out there definitely enjoyed it. The first game though, it could be completed in a couple of hours down to what was weak AI and then exploit techniques like zombies. They didn't recognize you if you was outside the doorway of each room. This one though, it's essentially isometric classic Resident Evil. It's promising then a 10-hour adventure, so a big step up there, and yeah, look, given the praise, I'm happy for the team behind it who could finally realize their intention for the series. Nongunz Doppelganger Edition then is a hidden gem, and it's an action platformer roguelike. The first thing that will strike you, the mostly black and white visuals with of course a dash of red here and there. It's a whole lot of gunplay thanks to what is a huge amount of weapons, and then there's hundreds of levels to face. This edition then, it's even remastered. It packs 2 new modes as well. That's going to be arena and local co-op. I'd watch a full review for sure. Definitely, again, not easy. It won't be for everyone. Think no hand holding in here, but genre fans, definitely take a look. It's a new low price then, 50% off. Super Blood Hockey then is another hidden gem. It received a physical release from lesser known publisher Premium Edition Games. They are going to be well worth a look, but this, it's a new low price, 80% off on the eShop. And it's a really fun sports entry with, like old school sensibilities. It's basically about playing fast and getting into the more than occasional fight, hence the name. It packs multiple modes, so including a career that has you managing the team, setting a line. Alongside them, think ideas like a turbo mode as well. Particularly fun in handheld, this one feels just right on the small screen given its visual design. Panzer Dragoon Remake then to kick off the final 3 games in super budget time. They dropped publishers Forever Entertainment's Green Hell with a monster discount, and it's going to be the same thing here, 90% off. Many at launch were a little disappointed with this release. I honestly wasn't, as you'll see in my review in the pinned comment, but it's since now been patched and the controls, they are definitely tighter. It's a classic on-rails shooter, this one though, with a little freedom in the movement though around the screen, and it tells a story of sorts that's always made, well, frankly, little sense to me. You're chasing though a prototype dragon to stop them from reaching a tower which could spell destruction. The remake though has solid visuals, the gameplay is short and sweet but challenging, and you're going to be meant to play this one over and over to beat that high score. Our penultimate game of the video then, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, and a steal here, 67% off. It's also the first time it's dropped a sub $10, and it's great to see this re-release because I always felt it was a tiny bit underappreciated. It's packing a ton of gameplay as well, then a 40-hour story, 100 hours if you complete everything. So yeah, this one's going to be one of the best this week for, bang for your buck. An action RPG though, think a fantasy open world adventure with different classes that do evolve with progression, different forms of combat, a whole host of upgrades, weapons and then skills, including of course magic. With a solid team though, you'll be ready to tackle this world and tackle what is a dragon that threatens the land. Shantae then has become a classic character in my eyes, and here we get the original outing optimized for the Nintendo Switch. I believe it was the Game Boy Color where it first appeared. Didn't play it myself though back then, and now it costs a fortune, so it's great to see the series getting this love. You honestly can't go wrong either with any entry from Shantae, so take a look at all of them because I think every single entry on the Nintendo Switch, it is currently on sale. This one though, it's where the hair whipping attacks, belly dancing and transformations began, and sure, you can feel its age in the gameplay, but meeting this cast of characters for the first time, there's just something special in that, and the transformations into different animals, you can see how it was kind of destined for greatness. It adds in some modern features, think like save states. A new low then, super budget, 30% off. And that is the week down. Will you be adding anything to the library or holding onto that cash? A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here on SwitchCorner for reviews and deals near daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.